If you came here for perfection, well, move along. Marriage proposal. Don't go on WebMD. Hi, I'm Sock Marionette, doing business as Bargain Counter Argument, and I'm a middle-aged lady in a tiara. Haha, talking about books. It is Wednesday, February 25th, and this year, on the 25th of each month, I am celebrating Christmas in. This month is Christmas in February, because I want to read the Christmas romances I didn't get around to last December. And so today it is going to be The Wedding Night Before Christmas by Kati Wilde. I mean, this is just gorgeous. This was definitely a cover buy. I got it at Montgomery and Taggart, Connecticut's first and so far only romance bookstore. And I was drawn to it, and because it is Valentine's month, I'm wearing my heart nightgown, and I just thought that this called out to me of Valentine's, even though Valentine's is over now, still. So, what is this about? There is promotional summary type material on the inside, because the back is just more prettiness, or replicated prettiness from the front. The Wedding Night Before Christmas. Oh, by the way, that's the title page. Ooh, she's so pretty. Okay, so this is what it's actually about. The Wedding Night Before Christmas. When an opportunity to take everything from the powerful family who destroyed his mother's lap falls into Caleb Moore's lap, he needs help from the one person with more power and money than they have, business mogul Audrey Clark. The trick is getting her attention, so he approaches the infamous Ice Queen with an unusual proposition. Marriage! Marriage! Okay, sorry. Just had to get that out of my system. The odds of a snowball surviving in hell are better than the chances of a rich, classy lady like Audrey Clark marrying a mechanic from the wrong side of the tracks. I don't know, maybe she has a lot of cars. She wants a discount on oil changes. He only hopes that she might consider a business partnership when she's finished laughing at his marriage proposal. Marriage proposal! He never expects her to say yes, or that the Ice Queen could burn so hot. Because get some coolant for that. You're a mechanic, you know how to handle that. Because Audrey Clark isn't cold at all, and if Caleb's not careful, the only thing he'll give her on their wedding night is a broken heart. Oh, at least it's not chlamydia. Anyway, so that is Wedding Night Before Christmas. I mean, if he's having trouble getting her attention, then how is he going to get her attention with a marriage proposal if he can't even get her attention to say, how's it going? Anyway, we'll find out. So it is not very long, I don't think. It is, this is, it's 350 pages. However, look at how friendly that print is. Ooh, so pretty. Just, oh my gosh, this is going to be physically so easy to read. And I read pretty fast. So I'll be able to read this today. So as I mentioned at the top, I think it's Wednesday. And that means midweek motivation on this channel, which is when I have like reading, productivity, napping, sprints, whatever you want to do, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. During the midweek motivation sprints, during the sprints, I read a category romance. And during the talking parts of the live stream, I discuss what's going on in that romance. And I'm not reading a Christmas romance for that, because I want to read a Margaret Way romance, Innocent Mistress from 2004, because Margaret Way is the author of the month that Sarah of Reading Category Romance is highlighting. For her monthly book club, it's not reading a specific title. She highlights a different writer, and then you read something by that writer. And Margaret Way, who's Australian, or I think she's retired. She might even no longer be among us, but this book is from, like I said, 2004, and that's what I'll be doing during midweek motivation. So I'm reading 2 books today. Dos. And I also, in terms of Christmas activity, I didn't feel like baking cookies. I don't feel like eating cookies. So I am going to be finally removing the 12 Days of Christmas ornaments from this tree. This is going to finally stop being my Christmas tree and become my bookish tree. I have a lot of bookish ornaments I can put onto it. And I just haven't done that yet for reasons. I might not even do it today, but at least I'll get these off. So that's the plan. And also, I had like 2 or 3 false starts for this video, and I did, at the beginning of the month, I did the countdown to Valentine's Day where I read a different category romance every day for 14 days. It was a lot of fun, but it really took it out of me. I was really tired, so afterward I kind of had a cozy collapse. And so it's been over a week since I recorded a video, so I was a little out of practice, but I'm getting back into the swing of things. The swim of things? The swing of things? Yeah, clearly I don't have my act together just yet, and that's okay. If you came here for perfection, well, move along. Okay, so that's the plan for today. Okay, it's several hours later. Midweek motivation has come and gone. I'll link in the description if you want to watch it back. I did finish this book as well, not during midweek motivation, but I'm going to talk about a couple of other books first, simply because I've read them recently and I want to talk about them. Not Christmas related. The first is Winging It With You by Pons. I read this yesterday because it's due at the library technically today, but they'll let me return it tomorrow, no problem. It's about these two dudes, Theo in the captain's uniform and Asher, not in the captain's uniform. And Asher has a boyfriend, borderline fiance, and the boyfriend persuades him that they should, as a couple, apply to be on a reality show that is like The Amazing Race, but it's actually The Epic Trek, but you know. And then while they're at the airport several hours in advance, and the fiance, they get through TSA and everything, and the fiance is like, yeah, I don't think I can do this. And he doesn't just mean the epic trek, he means he doesn't want to do the relationship. So they split up, and so Asher goes to the airport, one of the airport fast casual chains, and ends up meeting Theo. And Theo is an airline pilot, and he's just been told that he has to take at least 3 weeks vacation. He's been every quarter for several quarters in a row, he's been kind of coming up to the line or even slightly exceeding his allowable hours, and he keeps saying, oh, I'll take time off to make up for it, and he never does. So he's been told he's grounded for 3 weeks. I mean, obviously he can fly, but only as a passenger. And he's like, and he's told, you know, we need you to like get some work-life balance. We need you to do something else that's not piloting an aircraft for a few weeks. And his best friend says, you know, you should do something spontaneous. And one thing leads to another, and these two end up going on the epic trek together. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I liked the Amazing Race. I don't actually watch The Amazing Race, but I always thought if I did watch a reality show, that would probably be it. And it's a lot of fun, and you know, they're working together on a project, which is being on the epic trek, and I really enjoyed it. However, it kind of let me down with the third act breakup. I accept that third act breakups are a thing that frequently happen in romances, and this is basically a rom-com. However, this one felt... It's always a balancing act for the writer to come up with a compelling reason that they should be broken up that can be resolved. And I think in this case, the third act breakup felt very... It was almost like it was contractually obligated, like maybe Pons didn't even want to write a third act breakup and somebody told him you have to, and he did it anyway, because I don't find the reasons for breaking up very compelling. It's just basically one person completely overreacting, and it kind of defies logic the way that it happens, and the way that, not the way it resolves exactly, but it's just kind of like, it felt very tacked on and rushed. Other than that, I really enjoyed it, and just suspend disbelief all across the board, really. And then the other book I want to talk about is... it was on my Kindle. It was Kindle Unlimited, and I hope that this time I will remember to put the cover here, because last time I said, oh, I'm going to put these covers up, and then I just like completely forgot about it. Whoops. Anyway, the book was Innocent Mistress by Margaret Way. It was published in 2004, and again, Margaret Way was the author of the month for Sarah of Reading Category Romance. I'll link in the description. I talked about that, I think, in my first clip. Anyway, so this is the one I read during midweek motivation, and if you want to get really in-depth reactions, you can watch that. I'm not stopping you. You might enjoy it. You might not. However, I will just kind of give a quick summary, is that it's told largely from the man's point of view. Jude is his name. He's a lawyer, and he ends up going, he's like a pretty high powered attorney in Brisbane, and he ends up going to his small hometown in Queensland. His father was also an attorney, but he always stayed in that same small town, and he had written up a will and was the executor of this will for this rich dude who dies, and his father had already died, so he's the kind of inherits that he needs to be the executor of this rich dude's will. He's a dude nobody likes, not even his own family, and his own family, especially his son, is like a real jackwagon. And he has left the bulk of his estate to somebody nobody's ever even heard of. And so the question becomes, why? And when Jude goes to see this woman named Kate, he's like, why? And she says, I have no idea. This is totally unexpected. And he's like, she's lying about something. But anyway, so it becomes kind of this mystery about, like, because she genuinely does not know why she inherited. And so it becomes this mystery that they need to solve. And because the man's son is, like I said, a jackwagon, and he gets very scary and threatening, and so there's like a romantic suspense element. And I was describing it during the live stream, and I was saying it's kind of like a reverse Gothic. Like, Jude is this lawyer who's meets this mysterious woman, and she's mysterious and withholding and has secrets, which, you know, usually in romance novels it's the other way around. He's withholding and mysterious and has secrets. In this case, it's the other way, and we do get some scenes from her point of view. I mean, it's third person, but from her perspective. But the scenes from her perspective are all about how she feels in the moment and doesn't really get into her past. So the reader is, like Jude himself, completely in the dark about what's going on. And I just really thought it was very well done, and I was satisfied with the conclusion to the mystery. I really enjoyed that book a lot, and she had a lot of descriptions of Queensland, the air, the light, the sea, the ocean, and the foliage, the flowers, and the interiors and the houses and the architecture and the food. It was just, I really enjoyed it a lot, and it is on Kindle Unlimited. This book is not on Kindle Unlimited, but Innocent Mistress is, and if it sounds intriguing to you and you have a Kindle Unlimited subscription, I would say maybe check it out. I think I ended up giving it 4 stars, and it is available on Kindle Unlimited here in the United States and also in Canada. I don't know about other jurisdictions, but, you know, I'd say either check it out if you have a Kindle Unlimited, or if you're somebody who, like, subscribes to Kindle Unlimited for like a month or two and then suspends your subscription for several months, maybe put it on your list for the next time you have a Kindle Unlimited subscription. Again, if that sounds intriguing to you. If it sounds like total BS, then, you know, obviously don't. Hair's doing its own thing. Anyway, so that was the book I read. Oh, and I'm putting up a second cover because I meant to do 2 at once, but I forgot. So this is the Harlequin romance cover. It was first, of course, a Mills and Boon, and I think the Mills and Boon cover is better. I like it better, so I'm going to put that here. Hopefully I don't forget, like I said. So those are the 2 other books I read that weren't Christmas related. And then this one, of course, Wedding Night Before Christmas by Kati Wilde. Oh my gosh, that is so gorgeous. It's just like a really pretty book. And it's alternating first-person point of view between Audrey, our female main character, and Caleb, our male main character. And each chapter starts with this beautiful design. It's a beautiful book. I really enjoyed it. I had such a good time with it, but it is very spicy. That's why I'm saving it for the end, so that if you don't want to hear about this spicy book, I'm not going to be like vulgar about it or anything, but you know, you could just bail out on this video now if that's not to your taste, because really, this is technically, I would describe this as a bargain counter argument after hours book. Okay, so it's very spicy. This is a couple that likes their dirty talk. And so if you find certain words that are used to describe anatomy and actions as being vulgar, proceed with extreme caution. They're also a very fun couple. He basically proposes marriage to her. I already read I keep saying I read the back. I read the plot summary. I'll hold it up again earlier. And So he basically, they're getting married because he wants to spite this family. And it does also involve a large inheritance that was left to an unexpected beneficiary. So that was an interesting through line for those two stories. And he basically, it's not so much that he wants the inheritance, it's that he wants the people who thought they were going to inherit not to have it because they're so incredibly awful. And it's spite, and it's just really fun. And she has some sort of neurodivergence, and she actually tells him, don't try to figure out what it is, just don't go on WebMD, because it's not, you might think it's Asperger's, but it's not. It has some characteristics in common with Asperger's, but a lot that aren't. You might think that it's a sensory processing issue, and it kind of is, but it kind of, so she's like, don't try to figure it out, my doctors and I have this covered. And she's a great character. I really like her. And one of the things she does is she takes everything very literally, which is, it's kind of fun when they work that out, because he's pretty plain spoken and kind of literal as well. And it's just a really fun, spicy romance. It's a fake relationship, and I really enjoyed it a lot. So yeah, 4 stars. Also available on Kindle Unlimited. So at least in the United States. I don't know about other jurisdictions. So I enjoyed this, and I will probably be looking for more books by her. So I think this was actually published under a different title. The included novel was originally published as The Wedding Night in 2019, and then the discrete cover edition is copyright 2022. It's just, it's a cover buy, and I'm very happy I bought it, even though I could have read it on Kindle Unlimited for free. I don't know that I would have known to. So, yeah. So I removed the Christmas ornaments from the tree. I did not put the bookish ornaments on. There's some ornaments that I'm going to keep on there, including a couple of bookish ones that were already on there. But I have a whole bunch to put on the tree. I'm going to do that sometime between now and Christmas in March on the 25th of next month. And then I will show it off at that time. Meanwhile, I hope you enjoyed Christmas in February. If you did, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you, and I hope you have a good day. Or night.